All right, cyber traders, welcome on back here this Wednesday afternoon, February 28th, nearly the end of the month. I say nearly, obviously. This is a leap year. We got tomorrow, the 29th. And with that, great to see all of our students and members alike here. Yehuda, Luis, great to see you both. Just give me a quick sound check. Let me know if everyone can hear me loud and clear inside chat. But I'll tell you what, waiting for one person in particular here. Waiting on you. You got Michael, you got Mike, you got Margaret, you got Luis, who I had mentioned before, you got Bill, great to always see Kathleen Yehood as well. Where's the nearly birthday guy here? Where's Andrea? I'm waiting on him to kind of bounce on in here this afternoon. His birthday is tomorrow, the 29th, so wanted to start this meeting off by kind of giving our good friend, my good friend at least, Andrea C, a huge birthday shout out. Do that tomorrow as well. But with that said, at least, hey, for all of our gold students and above, phase one students, at least and above, I should say, you have access to the class later on this afternoon. It is an utter must, really, just to make sure we continue our discussion on core charting principles. We'll discuss simple trend and tops and bottoms, but more so, we're going to discuss consolidation patterns. And actually, I have a question from one of our diamond students, in fact, Yehuda, and he is asking on CAVA, CAVA. It's looking like one of the chart patterns that we often discuss and call out. Well, Yehuda, if you don't mind, I'm going to actually answer that coming up in class in just a bit. I will answer that for him via private chat, though, at the end of this meeting. I will give him the answer at least. But if you want to join me in class this afternoon and see what I think about that trade, is it one of the big patterns that we tend to focus on throughout the day? Well, we'll find out. Whether it's Fausto flags, pennants, head and shoulders, double tops, triple tops, double bottoms, etc. Well, hey, right now, Mara is pulling back. It's making lower highs of recent. I think there's some news that came out earlier today about some alleged glitch on Coinbase that I don't even know. I didn't even care to check the news. Really, the thing is with crypto, we ended up seeing it pop all the way up towards as high as basically 64,000. We were about 5,000 points shy from all-time highs. So just to think of where we were, like even at the end of last month or middle of last month, right at 39.5. So, you're going to see a lot of volatility. And what that means is, even regardless of news, you're going to see some big shakes on Mara up and down. And you're going to see the same on just a bunch of these others that follow. So CLSK, this one more of a steadier drop, lower high, lower low, down nearly 12%. I could put this on our watch list just to begin, just given the overall volatility. And I mean that in a actually very good way, very complimentary light here for the stock. The more any stock moves up, it's going to eventually become out of our price range, right? But big drop here today. Maybe there could be more on the way down. I thought there would be a good short from 19. I didn't pull the trigger on it myself. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. But for this trade, though, we'll see if it ends up making higher lows and moves back up, or if it ends up pulling back coming up soon. So either way, I'm just going to add CLSK to our main list. Mara, not as much, not just price related, but they have earnings coming up this afternoon. So typically pre-earnings, I don't trade. So this morning I had them on the list because they were moving a lot better than they are now. Mara, just kind of will read the reaction of it going into tomorrow morning. That's all. All right. And then we got the others, obviously, like Coinbase, we had previously said. I'm surprised this one wasn't even negative on the day. It's still up 2% technically. So very strong chart altogether here on Coinbase. Just given the price, we're not as keen to follow that. What do we got out of the other crypto miners like Hut, Irene, Canon, Cypher? I got them all in the back of my head. None of them are really looking too good. The only one that I'm remotely interested in is that CLSK. Man, Beyond Meat's been pretty disappointing here today. Got to tell you, just very tiny moves, very just not worth it. Just before I took a small loss, just 10-cent loss before here. I just got stopped out live because I saw this just begin to push up towards the trend line, and that's the only thing one of two things I was really focused on just on this chart just before. You have this trend line on my 5-minute chart, which we'll recap more in our class coming up later on today, and then from there 11. So it's possible this could try and make another push here before the close. Just it's been very underwhelming the whole way through. So, for now, I'll kind of pass on Beyond Meat. If it ends up popping during this meeting, I'll definitely add it to our list. But, what we'll do is go right from top to bottom here. Otherwise, see what we could add. That's all. Just keep it quick. This is probably the best decision that any of us made today after the push up in pre-market. Of course, we had to have this on our watch list going into the open. This is right. It's the CTU watch list, not the CTU you were absolutely going to trade this right now. You know what I mean? This stock was up 610%. So it ended up popping, but then slammed back down. Or maybe there's a chance for a small bounce, but you had really little room. Ended up pulling back down quickly afterwards, and then just continued this trend down throughout the late morning, early afternoon. And it hasn't been worth it since. So we moved forward from this trade pretty early on, and we were able to focus on other trades. ADIL. Now, this was one from the market open. It did pop. I didn't get any skin in the game on this trade. Ended up making a pretty good push, though, basically from $1 up to 250, then nearly 3. So good opportunity there. Looks like it topped off right around a little after 10:30, basically 11 o'clock Eastern time. It topped off. So gave you a little bit more compared to what you would normally see in terms of time, too. All right, we keep it going. VTVT bets both just kind of crummy, not really doing good there. Well, this definitely is, for at least for now. VLCN, yeah, nice slow push up until just now. It looks like some resistance had to have just gotten broken through here, and if anything, the daily chart this just screams kind of short squeeze to me. So what that means is we're definitely going to put it on our list for now, but just be careful of this when the volume peaks and then just dissipates, dies off, because that's when it's going to begin to make these big pullbacks like you see here on the daily chart. So definitely good trade for now, VLCN. See, this is the thing. When you get one stock like VANI that pops up, 610%, we saw it before from the previous few weeks, you're going to start to get some other crazies that pop up out there. But you can't just throw a dart on the wall and hope they land. You just got to see it and then see if it makes the higher lows over time. So this might still dump back down. Let's just hope to see support continue to build over the next like 30 minutes, 45 minutes here. All right, we keep moving here. Band IXHL, that's a funky one. ACMR, not a bad chart, just for $31. I just feel like you'd want to focus on something more volatile. I'd rather Mara, even in that regard. So a pass there. Again, Beyond Meat back down now at this point. We'll come back to it just one more time before we finish up. TGTX had a pretty good pop at the open there, didn't it? It was pre-market push during the meeting, then it popped at the open. This was a good trade, but it died off way sooner in terms of time, way before 10 o'clock, let alone 10:30. Right now, I guess it's kind of grinding back up a little bit there, but it's not really doing it for me. For like the next 90 minutes of time right now, it's not really making a good push. Hollow spread is way too big right there. I wouldn't want really any of our new students to be trading a stock that has that open of an order book, especially if you are going through our classes. You should know that phase 1 curriculum, we go through that really pretty easily. Now, apples to oranges, C4, a familiar name that we've been trading of late, had a good pop back in December, then kind of just consolidated up and down, took our eyes off it for a bit. And then recently, well, it's been pushing back up pretty steadily. So we've become a fan of the stock. And the thing with this trade is that it has a really good order book for the time being. It's really maintained a pretty tight spread the whole way through, even over the last 2-3 weeks. So, I've grown to like this trade. Resistance off 11. Yeah, 11 right there. Now that is something that we'll talk about in class, Yehuda, to kind of hint towards what my student was asking me just in private chat just before. Hint, hint. This definitely resembles what you were just asking of my friend. So we'll cover this. We'll cover a couple others at least, in class just momentarily. All right, so we got 3 decent trades on our list so far: the CLSK, VLCN, and then the C4 trade. Keep going, maybe more. What else we got? We got VIPS, LAC, just kind of skimming down the rest of the gainer side for now. MRSN, not terrible. It's still sticking near the highs, on the way up towards $5 once again. It made a push up there earlier and pulled back. I'll come back to this one if anything. It's a little slower, so I'd rather even move a little bit faster than what it's doing now. And that's pretty much just about it that I see from the gainers side. If there's anything else looking good just from all of our students right now inside our live trading room, just let me know right now in chat, and then otherwise we'll hop over to the losers list here. Wow, actually pretty decent short to start things off here. IAS down 45% nearly. This thing's getting crushed. Easy to borrow on TradeStation for now. A couple of big gaps up and then down on the daily chart there. It's not really at all-time lows, but it's on its way. All-time low 663 back from November of 22. Oh, is this on? Oh, this might be getting halted on the way down. Is this a down halt right now? Let's take a look. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Seeing a lot of refreshing on the ask. So that could be a down halt, but we're not really seeing it getting frozen. All right, I guess not. That was just natural refreshing on the offer there. For as much as it just dropped off, I was like, oh, wow, is that a real-time down halt right there that we're about to see in this meeting? Not the case. It's still going, but definitely with that in mind, good short to work with here. So IAS, we're going to put this on our list. It's also down enough percentage-wise where once the train stops moving down, whenever that may be. It might not be today and looking pretty damn strong on the way down right now. But just for whenever that train stops on the way down, you're going to get some good short covering and a good squeeze dead cat bounce. So, it could go both ways there, down then up, just heading into the afternoon. None of these others really looking too good. LMND, not terrible. It's just that the VWAP now is resistance. I think it made a decent move already. A little drop, a little move up. All right, so let me know if there's anything else looking good, folks, just from all of us inside our trading room and on YouTube. Hey, from you as well. Let me know. And check out our earnings here coming up for after the close today. You could always follow us at Cyber Trading U on YouTube, Facebook, and then Cyber Trading University, I should say, on Instagram. But we tend to post our earnings calendar there each and every Sunday. So know that we got Mara earnings after the close, AMC earnings, CRM, which is Salesforce, IONQ. Rich will post this in our main chat. So if you're a student, don't worry about that. We'll talk about that in our chat board just momentarily, but got actually a bunch to work with here for the close. You hit it with PSNY. We'll take a look. I saw that on the gainers list earlier. Maybe I just skimmed past it. Did I click this yet? Yeah, it's not looking too great. It's a familiar name, though. I saw it on the gainers. I was thinking about it. I either just ran right past it and that was it, and it looks like it made its move already. That's pretty much all. All right, folks. Hey, otherwise, if you have any thoughts about crypto, Bitcoin, etc., just join us inside our trading room for that. It's tough for me to go over that here on the streams. So just if you're interested in joining us on social media, whether it's crypto, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's obviously what we mainly do here each and every day trading stocks, just scan that QR code on the top left of the stream just to get yourself access to our live trading room for a week-long trial. I'll go over that more probably just on Tuesday of next week, just when I have the chance in our Traders Talk workshop. I'll try and slip it in tomorrow morning if I can, if I'm back on the mic. But otherwise, on the lower left right there, at Cyber Trading U, just hit the follow or subscribe button right there as well. And then otherwise, hey, let me just check Benzinga one last time. I got to be quick just before we got class here coming up, but not much that I missed, really. Weight Watchers, WW maybe, IXHL, kind of a funky ticker there. Yeah, this isn't doing it for me here with the order book, that's for sure, on the right side. And this isn't really moving too well. So I'm going to pass on both of those. I'll tell you what, we got a decent list to work with here, folks. So start and stick with what we're going to put out. Rich will be on the mic coming up momentarily. Was there maybe one or two? Did I miss anything here? The IAS? I went back to my side list just right here. I have that on the main list. Oh, maybe the MRSN. This might be the last one I said I'd come back to. Okay. Okay, you know what? I don't have a big watch list for now, so I'll add it. It's low risk. I'm not really expecting a giant pop on this one, but tradable, breaking actually over a decent level here, looking on my TradeStation matrix at 479. So now or never, I'd like to imagine. And for now, we'll put this on our list for the meantime. So, folks, best of luck trading going into the market close. I know I'll see most of us, at least in class. Luis, I know Margaret, Yehuda, Kathleen, Bill, and all of us otherwise. Talk to you coming up at 3 o'clock. Take care.